Good morning, friends. Welcome to the 11th episode of State of the Market Live. Today is 20th June 2022. It's a fresh Monday morning, but the market turbulence is continuing. So on SGX, we are trading negative at around 15,269, which is in Friday's range. So basically, we are trading in the Friday's balancing range between 15,200 and 15,400. Today in SGX, the market opened higher. However, it is continuously losing ground. So we have to go with this piece of information into the opening at 9:15. But we do not build a bias here. We will not be negative right away. We will see what large players are doing to the pre-open, whether they are opening within this range or outside this range, either above or below. Never get biased with SGX. However, keep these ranges in mind. We should know that in the overnight market, the market has traded around these levels. So basically in New York, it traded within this range. And now in Asia, also, it is trading within this range. Now, with this information in mind, let's see what we can do with Nifty. In Nifty, because we are going through some turbulence, we need to look at the weekly chart first before getting on to daily and intraday charts. So in Nifty, you see that the market is trading below the balance of this particular range. You see that the market has spent around 8 weeks here. Let's zoom in so that view of what the market is doing now. Now you see that we have an 8-week balance here. This 8-week balance is a good support. However, we have broken that entire 8-week balance within 2 days. If you look at the week before, we have traded the market below this range within a week. But in this week, within 2 days, we have finished off this range. Now we are trading at a larger balance of this range. If we are going down, these are the levels we have to keep in mind. So what the price action is saying that is very clear. We have been on a weekly time frame. We are following a lower high. And we have to give weight to that and keep on rolling down our expectations. Do not expect a rise in the market unless we break one of these lines. So on the upside, we have to break at least 16,720 or 730 levels for any decent upside. At least we have to break. The first thing is 15,987. So on a larger time frame, we have to keep things in mind for any gap ups or gap downs. Within these week, so either the potential now is either to trade within this range or below this range. So the zone 1 on a weekly time frame is likely to be mostly in this range. So basically, we can look for, this is the zone 1 I will be focusing on going into the week because the situation is slightly negative. However, there is a fair chance the market can push into the zone 2. That means we can continue within a balancing range here. We can continue to balance in this range here. We will not look at the possibility of upside unless we break 15,987. I have been mentioning to you that 15,951 is the level we should keep upside. If you look at the daily chart last week, I have clearly said that we need to focus on this particular zone. That is 15,951 is the level we have to break for any meaningful upside. Otherwise, we should just focus on our longer term charts. So now the price action can be more severe in zone 1 or in zone 2. If it goes to zone 1 and below, what are the levels that I need to look for? So basically we will draw some probabilities here. So we are looking at a decent range of, we do not have, you see that if the market breaks below this range, breaks below this particular 15262 levels, that is where SGX is trading now. You see that SGX is trading at 15263 now. Here you can see it here. So you see that SGX is trading at 15263. Now if we open below that, these are the probabilities that we should look for. Now let's look for one more probability on the downside. It can be 651. Now you see that between 15260 and between 651 there are no levels that the market is. So we cannot get buyers in between these zones. So today, if we break 15 to 62, there can be a decent gash on the downside. And you see that SGX is already breaking below that. So the higher probability now seems to be zone 1. However, when the market opens, you have to look at pre-open and then decide. If the pre-open is somewhere up in zone 2, you have to immediately change your tack. Why? Because most of the large players tend to trap us this way. They will make sure that SGX is falling, and then when the pre-open happens in zone 2, most of the retailers are caught off guard. So we should not give in to such bias unless we see some confirmation in pre-open. After pre-open, you have to look for your intraday charts to trade your day. Let's see what is happening on intraday charts. That means what are the possibilities that we can look for in intraday. In intraday, if we are breaking below 15 to 62, we should ensure that we are on the short side, and we need to break at least, let's remove this, we need to break at least Friday's range. We need to break at least a Friday's range for any upside, if at all we are going. It seems low probability now. However, if the market has to break upside, we have to the first level we have to break is 15,473. 15,473. So these levels come out of my preparation. I do not just throw any numbers on the dart and look for confirmation. So basically, if I have to look for any upside, I should break 15,467, and then 15,522 is the level that we have to break. So this particular zone, so large traders have made it clear that this is the zone which will be a resistance on an intermittent basis. So the probability now for Nifty is either to trade in this range until expiry this week, or trade downside, or it can break this. On a break of 467 and 522, I am not going to have any negative bias, or I am not going to sit on my positions looking for rangy trades. So we should look for hit of 15,900 and above levels. However, that seems a low probable zone for now. Let's look at Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty, the chart is a bit clearer. You see that again, you see that how the market is continuously weakening here. You see that the market is continuously losing its momentum on the downside. So a break of Friday low can bring us a lot of action on the downside. A break of this can bring a lot of action on the downside. So within these levels, on this is the zone 1 that I am preferring this week. This is the zone 1, and there is very slight chance of any reversal, if at all. If it is there, then what are the levels that we have to look that we will check in intraday charts, and there is fairly low probability of getting even below this level. So my area of focus will be zone 1 between 32,787 and 29,528. These are the two levels that I have to keep in mind before getting into the trade today. Now, what are intraday charts telling us? Let's clear the graph. So in intraday, again, we have to break above this range. We have to break above this range for any intermittent positivity. We will look at pre-open and then decide whether we have to trade on the upside, or mostly I'm expecting a sideways move today for this week until expiry, and then a move downside below 32,400 levels. So since Bank Nifty looks a bit weak, though it has support, though it is trading near support, one stock that can give us good opportunities is Kotak Mahindra. So in this, you see that there is the support is very thin, and any break of 1672 can 1672 can lead to decent levels of 1536 and below levels. But trading futures in positional is very risky because your stop losses are very higher. So you have to, if you are trying to buy, this is the zone you have to look for in cash segment. If you want to short, it is always better to trade with higher capital, and please do not trade stock futures with lower capital. It can be very risky, and you will amount to number of losses at these levels. So because any flare up on the upside, because this is a key support, there can be a reversal. So any move above 16,922, short should be getting out. Any move above 16,922, they should not stay in the position. So only a move below 1672 can lead to a gash until 1536. Not on intraday, but over a few days. That's all for today, guys. Hope this edition of State of the Market Live has been helpful. And please give your feedback in the comments section. Please share, subscribe, and like my video. Have a great day. Be safe.